Welcome back once again to our discussions, and thank you for always joining us. We are presenting a question that was done in KCSE 1999, paper 2, question number 23, a question on trigonometry. And the question we have reads, complete the table below giving your values correct to decimal places. We have the values of x from 0 to 70 degrees. We have tan of x. So for us to get the tan of x, we are going to press tan x, which is 0, giving us 0. Next, we press tan 10, which is going to give us 0.18, correct to two decimal places. Next is tan 20, which is 0.36. Next is tan 30, which will give us 0.58. Next is tan 40, which will give us 0.84. Next is tan 50, which will give us 1.19. Next is tan 60, which will give us 1.73. And lastly, tan 70 will give us positive 2.75. Next, we have tan 2x plus 30, which has been done from 30 degrees all the way to 170. Next is sin 2x plus 30, which are now the values we have gotten. So we are going to take sin 30, which will give us 0.50. Next, we take sin 50, which will give us 0.77. Next is sin 70, which will give us 0.94. Next is sin 90, which will give us 1. Next is sin 110, which will give us 0.94. Next is sin 130, which will give us 0.77. Next, we are going to go to sin 150, which will give us 0.5. In this case, 50. And lastly, sin 170, which will give us 0.17. And by so doing, we have completed part A of the question. We move to part B. On the grid provided, draw the graphs of y is equals to tan x. This is what we mean here. Then y is equals to sin 2x plus 30. We have been given the scale to use. That is 2 centimeters for 10 degrees on the x-axis. I'm going to use a different scale here, but anytime you are instructed to use the scale given, you must strictly use that scale, otherwise you're going to lose marks. According to the graph I have, I'm going to use, that is on the x-axis, I'm going to use 1 centimeter, which is 1 box, to actually represent 10 degrees. That is instead of 2 centimeters. And on the y-axis, I'm going to use 1 centimeter to represent 0.5 units. Once I have done that, I'm going now to demarcate my graph. We are going to begin at point 0 here. Then we have 0.5. Next is 1.0, 1.5, and lastly we have 2.0. We are also going to move downwards to negative 0.5 and also negative 1.0. We do not have negative values. And from 0, next is going to be 10 degrees, 20, 30, we have 40, we have 50, we have 60, 70, and 80 up to this point there. This is x-axis, and of course, this is y-axis. Once we have done that, now we are going to pick the values of x and tan x to plot it first. So when x is 0, tan x is also 0. We are going to begin at this point here. And when it is 10, it is 0.18. 0.18 is roughly 0.2. which is going to be at this point here. At 20 degrees, we are going to have 0.36, which is approximately 0.4 at this point here. Next, we are going to have 0.4 is a bit higher. So we are going to have 0.2. We are going to have at 10 is 0.2. We are going to have 0.2 at this point. This is 0.1. 0.2 will be here. The other one will be 0.4. When it is 30, we are going to have 0.58, which is around 0.6. Here. At 40, we have 0.84. 0.84 is around here. At 50, we have that is 1.1, around 1.2. That is around 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 is here. Next, we are going to go to 60. At 60, we are going to have 1.73. At 60, we have 1.73 at this point here. 70, we are going to have that is 2.75, which is approximately 2.8. So we are going to have 2.5 here and 3 at this point, such that at 70 we are going to have 2.8. This is 6, 7, 8 at this particular point. Once we have done that, we are going to join all these plotted points for us to get the first curve. This is our first curve, which is actually y is equals to tan x. And next, now we are going to pick on the other one. We're going to pick on the other one, which is x and sine 2x plus 30. When x is 0, sine 2x plus 30 is 0.5. 0 is 0.5 here. At 10, we are going to have 0.7, around 0.8. At 10, we have 0.8 at this point. This is 6, 7, 8 here. At 20, we are going to have 0.94. 20, we are going to have 0.94. Then at 30, we are going to have 1 exactly. Then at 40, we have 0.94. 40, we are going to have 0.94 here. Next, we are going to have at 50, it is 0.77, which is around 0.8. At 50, we have 0.8. At 60, we are going to have 0.5. At 60, we have 0.5 here. At 70, finally, we are going to have 0.17, which is approximately 0.2 at this point. From there, now we are going to join again all these points that we have plotted from here. That is exactly what we are going to have for y is equals to sine x plus 30. Once we have done that, we are now going to use our curve to solve the given question. Use your graph to solve the equation, that is tan x minus 2x. Tan x minus 2, that is minus sine 2x plus 30. minus sine 2x plus 30 is equals to 0. So what we are going to do is to move this curve to the other side, such that we are going to have tan x being equal to sine 2x plus 30. That means the two curves are equal at some point, and they usually equal at their points of intersection, and therefore we are going to read off the value where the two curves intersect. So the two curves are intersecting at this particular point here, so we are going to use a ruler, draw a broken line towards the x-axis, and therefore read off the angle at that point. And in this case, we are going to go down from this point. So the angle we have at this particular point is around 42.5. And that gives us the answer to this particular question. Thank you for watching and welcome to our discussions. And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, you click the subscribe button so that anytime we publish a video like this, you will automatically be given a notification. Thank you and welcome.